Over the next 6 days, we're going from New Orleans, Louisiana, to Nashville, Tennessee, to Green Bay, Wisconsin, where we'll be spending February, March, April, making renovations on our Airbnb. So subscribe to our channel, join us on this crazy journey that we call RV life, right? Ready to go? You ready for an adventure? Okay, let's go. Steady,
perfect. That's good.
Slow and steady.
I told her to go on the left side first because it's easier to make a wider turn, but as I looked, there was only a diesel pump on the side we need, so I had to abruptly tell her to stop. And you handled it well. Good job.
Thanks. Most of these RV bays have gas and diesel on both left and right, so you don't even need to worry about that.
So although these are convenient, you still got to pay attention. All right, quick break. We beat the rain for now, but it's coming, so we got to do our thing and get rolling.
Oh, dilly dally.
You know if we have to detach or anything?
No, they don't care if we detach or not.
Okay. Cool.
We're here.
You know who lives here? Who's in there? That's not our house. Rita, this is our house.
You ready to go home?
Come on, let's go check it out.
Let's go home. Yay! Home sweet home.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's probably super dark. Here we go. We've got some leftover taco meat and beans. We're making a little taco scramble this morning. Then we're gonna hit the road. Only about 3.5 hour drive from Cullman, Alabama to Nashville.
Yeah, we had a fun night here at the brewery, Harvest Host. It was actually really lively, which was nice. We brought Bandita. She was a hit. Everybody loved her. And then, yeah, we just came back here, got a good night's sleep. It was cold. We had to run our propane heaters because we have no hookups. And I woke up at, I don't know, 6:30 and it was freezing. I come out here to the living room and it was 52 degrees. So I knew something wasn't right. And typically that means that one of our propane tanks emptied. I keep one closed and one open so I know when one's completely gone. So the negative side of that is I have to go outside and switch them when one does empty. So I had to
if it happens overnight.
Well, whenever that happens, I have to go out there and manually change it to get propane. So that's what happened at 6:30 this morning. But yeah, that's fine. The downside, though, of now running our propane heater is it kind of hurts our batteries. Not as much as a space heater would. And we're at 13% this morning. I didn't think we would be that low. I think we started the day yesterday at 45%.
Because thankfully when we were driving, we did get a little bit of sun to recharge our battery from, I think we were at like 24%. By the time we got here, we were probably at like 50%. And yeah, now this morning we're at 14%. And we turned our inverter off last night. Thank God. Otherwise we would have woke up with a dead battery.
That would have been bad. But
I probably would have had no heat.
Yeah, I mean, you know space heaters take a lot. But I didn't really realize how much battery power our propane heaters take.
morning. Today is day 4 of our travels from New Orleans to Green Bay. We have about 660 miles left to go. We're in Nashville. We're headed to somewhere in Indiana, maybe Indianapolis. I don't know. Mike's planned it all out. I'm just along for the ride. I'm gonna drive first while Mike gets a little bit of work done, and then we'll swap. It's gonna be an interesting day, balancing just, life, work, travel, all of the things. So come along on day 4. Let's hit the road. Basketball court.
Wow. Okay, so what do we do?
I don't see any signs that tell you what to do.
Do you think we have to go in there and sign up for something?
Maybe. Super friendly guy working in there. That's always a bonus.
Yeah.
Oh, there we are, number 1.
Okie dokie.
There's a lot going on, so in case we didn't explain it very well, we're traveling from, well, technically South Padre, but for this video, we're traveling from New Orleans to Nashville, New Orleans to Nashville to Indiana to Wisconsin, where we're gonna spend February, March, and April in our home, which we Airbnb when we're gone, to do a couple improvements on our Airbnb. We're somewhere north of Indianapolis for the night because we want to winterize the RV. Tomorrow we're gonna make our final drive from Indiana to Green Bay, Wisconsin, and we're gonna unload the RV, all of the things that we need to live comfortably for the next 3 months in a home. So we're gonna drive the RV in front of the house, unload it, keep the RV there for the night, and then the next day, Mike is gonna drive the RV to his dad's where we keep our RV in storage. But nowhere in Wisconsin, or conveniently for us, is open in the winter for us to have access to fresh water, sewer, all that stuff, to winterize our RV. So Mike found this Love's travel stop that has full hookups, and so that's why we're winterizing here. So he's gonna do it in the morning, so tonight we'll still have water, all those things that we need to be comfortable, and then tomorrow morning he'll winterize. The Love's office is open. They have bathroom showers, so we can utilize that in the meantime until we hit the road. So that's what we're up to. I wonder how Mike is doing with testing it. He's testing the winterization thing outside because he has to do it at like 7 a.m. in the morning, and we also have to work. So he's testing it with just fresh water first to get the hang of it so that it's easy in the morning.
Touch. Good girl. Okay, so I mentioned winterizing. I've never done it before, and I'm gonna be doing it at like 7 in the morning tomorrow before we get back to Wisconsin. So I'm gonna prepare a little bit and figure out the controls in the water bay area so I know what I'm doing when I'm not as enthusiastic in the morning. Another thing I'm gonna do tonight is I'm gonna drain the water heater because that has to be done, and then I'll bypass it. We're not gonna hook up to city water just because we're only here for a night, and I've got a little bit of water in the fresh tank, so we'll use that over the night, and then tomorrow morning we'll dump all the tanks. So it just saves me a step, don't have to bring out the hoses, although I do because I need my tools. So everything's got to come out. So to drain the water heater, you need a 1 1/16 socket. Most classic socket wrench kits don't come with one that big. Ask me how I know. And then yeah, you just unscrew it. Make sure it's not hot, because if it's hot, it's going to be a messy, watery disaster. It's going to shoot out super fast. So make sure it has been cooled down. I think ours should be, but we'll see. Release the pressure valve first, and then we'll start unscrewing. As I did that, I heard the water pump go, and I forgot that the water pump is on. So I'm gonna bypass the hot water tank so the water pump doesn't try and pressurize the system. So make sure you do that. Done. Okay, so I released the pressure from the pressure relief valve. I bypassed the water heater, and I ran the hot water in one of the faucets for about a couple minutes. I think we're good to go and release the anode rod now. Success. So if you didn't do that right, water would shoot out really fast, but this is what our anode rod looks like after 6 months of use. We changed this out in May in Colorado Springs, so not bad, but make sure you check this, I think, once a year for sure. Okay, let's go. Good morning. Today's the day we go back to Green Bay. It's been a long journey. It's been a fun little road trip down to Texas and back up, but today I took a half day, so I got some work done this morning, and now I'm going to finish the winterization process. So you saw me start that yesterday. One thing I don't know if I showed you, I disconnected the water filter, but we don't want to run antifreeze through there. But now I'm gonna drain all the rest of the fresh water just into the tank, so when I flush, it's got enough to really flush it out. And then we're gonna drain all the lines, so the low point valves, we're gonna open those up and drain them. And then I'm gonna have you help me with the actual winterization process. It should be pretty simple. Fingers crossed. You ready?
Ready.
Let's do it. All right, so I threw 3 gallons in that bucket. We're using this RV and Marine antifreeze. It was like $4 at Walmart. So it should get the job done. Okay, now I'm gonna open up all the low point drains and let's get all the water out of there. And then we'll start to pump in the antifreeze. Got a little wet there.
The water stopped.
Okay,
Was
cool.
that you? Did you do something?
No, it's just emptying out.
Oh, it's not even burping at all.
Yeah, because it's pretty much all gone.
Oh, good. Like, it was flowing really quickly, and then it was burping a little bit, and then it just abruptly stopped.
Okay.
Time to do the thing.
All right, so it's all draining now, so go around and open up all the faucets.
What's draining?
All the water's draining out.
Oh.
I opened up the drains outside.
Oh.
So open up all the faucets, every single one.
Okay.
Shower, kitchen sink, bathroom sink, flush
Okay.
the toilet. I'm gonna dump the tanks, and then I would say in about 3 to 5 minutes, we'll start pumping.
Okay.
Okay. All right, time to dump the tanks for one last time until May. Hey, so slight change of plan. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pump the antifreeze into the freshwater tank, and then from there we'll use the interior water pump to pump it throughout the system, just so I can ensure it's getting through all the lines.
Sure.
So
and then you just obviously clean the freshwater tank super well when we use it again?
exactly. Yeah, I'll bleach everything.
Okay.
This way it's just, it'll be easier, and we'll make sure we get the antifreeze in all the lines.
Do you want me to shut off the water?
Is anything coming out of anything?
No.
Okay, yeah, close all the valves. I'm gonna start pumping antifreeze into the tank, and then I'll come inside and we'll distribute it throughout the faucets.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, see ya.
Bye.
Yeah, so that's the plan. All the water's out. I closed all the valves, so I'm gonna pump antifreeze into the tank. And while that's going, I'm gonna disconnect our sewer. And then we'll go inside and we'll just turn the interior water pump on, and we'll just make sure we pump antifreeze through all the lines. So power fill, that means water will go to the freshwater tank. We're bypassing the water heater, and winterize on. This is labeled backwards, so just disregard. We've got all the tanks open and draining. Let's start. Worked out pretty well. Let's go see if we can get some antifreeze coming through the lines now. All right, so we got 4 gallons in the freshwater tank. Let's hope that's enough. Otherwise I have 2 to spare, but I'm gonna turn the pump on and we'll just start
running through?
Start running. You can hear the pump pressurizing.
Should I wait a moment?
Yeah, let's wait till it's done pressurizing. There we go. All right, start with this one. There we go. Wow. Okay, that's good.
Wow. That's it.
Quick.
That was quick. Okay, on to the next one.
Yeah. I probably didn't need 4 gallons.
That's true.
And for the shower, we'll just aim it towards the toilet so you don't have to get your stuff wet.
I mean, do you want to let it run a little bit?
Yeah, maybe let it run just to get it in the tanks.
Yeah. Toilet?
Yeah, you can do the toilet and then do the shower head. Impressive.
Looks like somebody peed Pepto-Bismol.
So satisfying.
A little bit, yeah.
All right, so that's it for here. Can you go around and do it with all the hot water valves now?
Sure.
Okay. When you're done with that, I'm gonna do the outside. I have to do the 2 outside showers.
Okay.
And then we're pretty much done. I'm gonna come in with 1 gallon, just pour a little bit in each drain.
Yeah.
And yeah, then that's done.
Yeah.
Hey, this worked out.
Yeah, good job. I'm glad you started this last night so you kind of knew what you were doing.
Yeah, these things always tend to be a little more difficult than you originally think, so I like to try to get ahead of it. Last stretch.
How many miles today?
275-ish. Well, we got to go through Chicago. Hold on, let me turn this down. We're going through Chicago. I have to take a call probably right when we go through Chicago. Luckily, it's not like an important call, so I'll just kind of be listening, but I need to be on it, so that should be a little interesting. But hey, another beautiful day for a drive.
The passenger is ready to assist in any way possible.
Yeah.
With moral support through Chicago and technical difficulties for the work call if needed, but we'll be good. Okay, let's have a safe drive back to Green Bay.
Let's do it.
Yee. Very safe.
In
Safe
1/4
from
mile,
vehicles, but not
take the exit
pedestrians.
on
Yeah.
the right to I-65 North.
Mike is at his call. Okay, so here's the story.
That freaked me out. I thought we had something wrong.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy. It literally just happened too. So my dad and my brother work for Peeper Electric, which is a local company here in Wisconsin. Let me tell the story. Okay. Gosh, I gotta deal with this all the time, y'all. We were passing an on-ramp and I saw a Peeper truck getting on the highway, and my brother drives around in the work truck all the time. So I just sent him a Snapchat like, oh, I see a truck and we're driving in Wisconsin, whatever. And then I'm looking at my phone, still sending him this Snapchat, and then all of a sudden I hear honking and I look over and it's my dad in the work truck. What are the chances that my dad drove by? So I'm trying to get video of him, and then we're waving, whatever. And then we see him pull up on the other side and he's taking pictures of us. Oh, that was so cute.
But yeah, so from my perspective, I'm on this call and all of a sudden I'm like, wait, when a car pulls up next to you and they kind of go your speed, that's a little bit concerning to me. So I'm kind of like on edge then.
Well, yeah, naturally, if somebody's honking at you.
Well, I didn't even hear the honk yet, but then I heard the honk. So the car was next to us for a minute, and then it honked. And I'm like, and I saw you looking over, and I'm like, oh God, what is it? And then I'm like, oh, and I'm like, what? I thought like something was broken, because this has happened before, where someone's honked to us and we've had to pull over. But that was pretty funny. What are the chances of that?
What are the chances?
That was hilarious.
Oh, that made my day. Yeah. Especially because we're driving past my dad's house as we go to Green Bay, and we just can't stop because we're in a time crunch today. But
well, and he'd be at work anyways.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, hi, Dad.
That was cool. That
made my day. All right, we're all ready for a break.
Wow, what a quick 150 miles. That
oh
was
my gosh.
Easy peasy.
I know. I got some video stuff done.
Awesome.
You're welcome, people.
We're 2.5 hours from Green Bay.
Making good time.
All right.
All right, let's take a break. I'll come back for you.
Yeah, good girl, Dita.
Wow. 1,200 miles later, we've made it to Green Bay. Even further if you consider the journey from South Padre.
1 week ago, we were in New Orleans at a Mardi Gras, well, a carnival parade, and now we're at our house in Green Bay, baby.
The license here, y'all.
The candy! Oh yeah, candy!
Wow, crazy. The drive went really fast. Very smooth, thankfully. Thank you for driving the whole way.
Well, you drove a lot, but I drove the whole way today.
Yeah. Now the real fun begins of unloading our lives from the RV into our home in Green Bay.
Yeah, that's always a fun project.
It's a little daunting, but it's 1 o'clock. I didn't expect us to get here until like 3 o'clock today. So that's a pleasant surprise, which means that happy hour and a frozen pizza will come a lot sooner than I expected.
Woo!
Now, as long as we don't get nosy neighbors coming up and talking to us.
Welcome home to our second home.
Yes, our home away. This is our home away from home.
Yes.
This is our home. Dita, you ready?
She's ready.
This little pepperoni's got to get some energy out. You want to go for a loop?
Should I go inside?
Sure.
Or do you want me to come on a loop with you guys?
We might as well divide and conquer.
Yeah, you guys just do a loop. I gotta go pee.
Okay.
All right.
And break. We're not in Texas anymore.
Yeah, it's cold. You gotta do like a first impressions thing.
First impressions.
What do you notice? First thing I notice is it's dirty right there.
Oh, that's true. I guess we're gonna be pretty critical of our cleaners now that we're back for good. And it's our home, so we have high standards.
Bugs aren't.
Oh, criminy. All right, I gotta go to the bathroom before I do all this.
Yeah.
And what's that been doing there? Oy vey.
All right, well, this is it. It's a cold and cloudy Saturday morning in Green Bay. We had a pretty nice night. Unpacked the RV, only took, I don't know, an hour. But that's literally everything that we need to be comfortable for 3 months. Mostly clothes and food. That was a lot of the stuff, and then Bandita. She's got a lot, but yeah, it was nice, and now I'm just gonna take the RV up to my dad's cabin. It's about 100 miles north of where we are, and we'll just store it there. It's all winterized. We'll be going up probably, I don't know, a handful of times over the next 3 months to do some work on the RV. We've got some upgrades we want to do, fix a couple things. And then in May, we're going to hit the road and head out west. We've got some really fun plans. Pacific Northwest, place we've never been. So I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, this drive, it's super simple, really easy, so it's nice. It's a good place. Unfortunately, we can't keep the RV at the house. As you saw, it's pretty tight, but that's okay. It's a nice, easy drive. I'm just gonna grab a coffee, throw on some Zach Bryan, and enjoy my Saturday morning, and then we'll be back. I'll be back in Green Bay, and we're gonna have a little date night in the town. Maybe we'll show you a little bit about, or a little bit of this town that we live in and why we love it so much. So yeah, we're gonna go drop this thing off, back it in. I gotta make sure all the ice is out of the freezer because I don't want that to be a melty mess for us to walk back into. Just do a once over of everything. I'm gonna turn all the electrical off, just shut it down, lock it up, and then that's it for a while. We'll probably be back up in, I'd say, I don't know. Actually, we'll be back up in like 6 weeks because we have VRBO guests. So we'll be back up and we'll take care of a few things. But then I think we'll come up over Easter weekend and do a whole weekend of RV projects, get it ready for our big trip out west. So there's a lot more RV content coming up. And then, yeah, as I mentioned, we'll be out in the Pacific Northwest. We're going to for sure hit up Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, Oregon, Washington, and South Dakota, North Dakota, maybe a little Minnesota. So lots of fun content coming up. So definitely stick around, and then we'll also be showing you some Airbnb stuff that we'll be doing. We've got some cool upgrades we're going to do to make sure that the Airbnb stays competitive in a tight Green Bay market. So it's going to be busy, but we're going to try and relax at the same time. So stick around. Thanks for watching. See you soon.
I won pool, so Mike wants to redeem himself in darts. Okay, ready? Ready? That bullseye, baby!
Come on with the frickin' triple.